Every Pokemon player has their favorite story about how they got robbed by bad RNG. What you're about to see is my own story, a sequence of events so rare that I am more likely to be struck by lightning in real life. Bower Dad here, and welcome to my brand new video series called Why Did I Lose?, in which I seek to answer that very question. And no, it's not because your opponent got that rock slide flinch. In this series, I hope to analyze some of my own games in an effort to turn more losses into wins. Come join me. You'll see my opponent here leads with Zygarde and Uxie. As we start the game, I opt to go for my Raichu and my Kyogre. You'll notice here I speed up the segment a little bit. I spend almost the entire time deciding what to do. I eventually decide that I will go to fake out Uxie and that I will water spout the team. Zygarde goes for the protect, so this ends up heavily in our favor. Neither Pokemon really gets a turn, and I'll be able to water spout for a huge portion of damage. You're going to see that connect here in just a moment. Uxie will be brought down to the red, and we're off to a dynamite start. Now, on turn one, I was running most of my clock, and the reason that I was doing that is because I was curious if Zygarde is faster than Kyogre. And the answer to that is actually yes, but most Zygarde are not trained in speed. Most Zygarde are not trained in speed. So Kyogre should win the race here. And my opponent opts to Dynamax their Zygarde this turn. Raichu is going to Volt Switch because I am very afraid to stay in for what happens here. It doesn't pick up the KO, but it ultimately doesn't matter for that reason that I said before, that Kyogre is in fact faster than Zygarde, is going to pick up that KO on Uxie and get huge damage into the Zygarde. And for the grand finale of this turn, the Max Quake does not impact Landorus because he is indeed a flying type, so Zygarde's ground moves do not connect. I left this Power Construct animation in here because it's amazing. It's one of the coolest animations in the game. He's going to double his HP and will bring out Regieleki. Now, on the third turn, you'll notice here that I toyed around with the idea of Dynamaxing Landorus. I thought about Dynamaxing Landorus. I ultimately did not. I panicked a little bit. I ended up Earthquaking at the last second, forgetting that I had done Protect with my Kyogre. So the Kyogre protects, and then I'm free to do lots of cool stuff with Landorus. Regieleki is going to get up the light screen, which is fine. My Landorus will Earthquake. You'll see that the Regieleki is brought down to its sash. Zygarde takes some damage, but not a lot. The real key piece of this turn is where Zygarde does Max Wormwind into the Kyogre who protected. So it's going to do, I think it does less than 20 damage. Yeah, it did 14. Now, at this point, we're 3 turns into the game. My Pokemon have taken almost no damage. I've already fainted one of my opponent's Pokemon. Another one of their Pokemon is down to their Focus Sash, and they've spent 2 of their 3 Dynamax turns rather ineffectively while I have yet to activate mine. So you might be thinking, why did I lose this game? Before analyzing the middle of the game, I'm going to jump to the tragic conclusion. I'm going to fly. Man. Kyogre broke its spine, y'all. Here we are back at turn 4, or as I like to call it, moments before disaster. You're going to watch me ponder my move for a little bit before I decide to Dynamax Kyogre. My hope is to finish off the Zygarde, and then with Landorus, I plan to U-turn into the Regieleki to pick up that KO, swap in for Rillaboom, get some of that fake out pressure going, and continue on my merry way. Kyogre's going to Dynamax here. Big Whale, Best Whale. And the first thing that's going to happen during this turn is actually Zygarde is going to Max Guard. So I'm not going to get that damage that I was hoping for. And then Regieleki is going to swoop in with that dreaded Thunderbolt and gets the paralysis. Now I'm going to stop the video right there. I'm going to stop the video right there because after seeing the end segment, it would be very easy for someone to say, hey, Bower Dad, that's where you got robbed. That's where you got robbed right there. However, Regieleki is the only significant threat to Kyogre on my opponent's entire team. The real mistake was leaving Kyogre in because Regieleki is threatened with a KO that very turn. So what I should have done was swapped out Kyogre, put in Rillaboom, and then Kyogre would be free on later turns to sweep through his entire team. Jumping back to the rest of that turn, this is going to play out about as I expected to. Landorus does U-turn into Regieleki. We pick up that KO. Kyogre's Nemesis is gone. Unfortunately, it's too late. Landorus will come back to me. I will send out my Rillaboom, and my opponent will send out their Glastrier. Now, I made a mistake. I fell for a trap going into this next turn. I thought, oh, Zygarde just protected, so I get a free fake out. I can fake out the Zygarde, and he can't block it because he just protected, and my Kyogre can do whatever it wants. The problem is, this was not the right play, and I noticed that it wasn't the right play in almost real time. I'm going to double up into Glastrier. No. I'm going to Max Geyser Glastrier. I want to fake out Zygarde. That's way better. I don't know if Glide kills the Zygarde here. That may have perhaps been a better idea. Well, regretting it now, so. Yeah, I may have punted on this. Listen. If you're staring down two Pokemon and one of the Pokemon threatens a one-hit KO against you, that's the one you fake out. That's the one you fake out. What did we learn? First of all, I Dynamaxed Kyogre in front of a substantial and, more importantly, faster threat to it. What I should have done was swap Kyogre out in favor of Rillaboom so that Landorus could pave the way for Kyogre's victory. Secondly, I chose to fake out a lesser target instead of using Grassy Glide against the more important target. Leaving Glastrier alive cost me my Rillaboom and my Landorus when I could have doubled up into the Glastrier for a swift KO. While the odds against me were awful, there were still two game-defining moments that I was in complete control over and unfortunately did not play as well as I could have. So that answers for us the question, why did I lose? Thank you so much for tuning into my video. I would love to hear what you thought about it in the comments if you want to leave a little note for me. If you liked the video, there is indeed a button for that. If you really liked the video and want to keep up with future Why Did I Lose episodes, there is a subscribe button. You can subscribe to the channel. Last but certainly not the least, I stream my games. If you would like to catch some of this content live, or if you just want to come hang out, I stream every Thursday evening at 8:30 Central Time. Whether you're a new player, whether you're a more seasoned player, I welcome folks from all skill levels to come hang out, have fun, and watch some games. I appreciate you all so much and have a fantastic rest of your day.